And I believe we are live. I'm going to depend
Well,
on the chat
hello.
room. Hello, people. We will do a big reveal in just a minute, but just want to make sure you all can hear us. If anybody's in the
Yes.
chat room, give us
Throw
a
up a
what
flare.
what. Throw up a we ready to rock. Zoe, you got us?
Yeah.
You can hear us? Because you're going to love this open. You're going to love this open. This reveal. One more person, tell
This
us. What?
this
All right,
is
Beatmaster.
yay. All
All right.
right. You know what, Beatmaster? You are here for our first Apple Vision show. Kind of cool.
All right. I'm going to leave the chat because I have to do a little like button mashing here. But I think we're going to start the show, right, Sarah? You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Wait, I lied. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ta-da! Episode 1!
Hey, Eileen, what's up?
Hi, Sarah.
Why are you looking at me weird?
Well, this is our first episode, and I'm just so happy to be here to launch the show with you and an Apple Vision Pro on your head. What?
Yeah, girl. I mean, a lot of things had to happen for this to happen right now.
Yeah, we really, one, this is such a momentous day. It's our official episode 1. And so, hello
That's
to
right.
everybody out there who's listening, who are joining us for this adventure that we call Apple Vision Show. But, this is all things Apple, but not this week. This week, we have one thing to talk about.
We do. I mean, come on. What else would we talk about this week? But yes, as Eileen said, Apple Vision Show is all about Apple stuff, Apple past, Apple present, Apple future, Apple Vision. Get it? But for anybody who is watching the video version, realizes that I am wearing a Vision Pro as we speak right now. And Eileen, it was quite a journey.
Yes.
Should we talk about this?
You feel comfortable right now that to wear this while we talk?
Kind
You
of.
feel good. You feel good. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I can, see the monitor in front of me, everything. I think we should walk people through how we got to this point. So
Yeah.
starting with Friday, the Vision Pro was delivered to you,
Yes.
on time, all good.
Yep.
So what happened from there?
Well, I opened that box after we did DTNS and did a little unboxing. You guys can see that on our socials. And then I started to, set up my profile and turn the dang thing on and try and figure out how it all worked. My initial persona looked like a man, so I deleted that right away. It was so dark. I was so mortified at my initial persona, so I deleted that. And then I just kind of like the first night just kind of tried to figure things out, and the touch with your finger and all of that things were very sensitive, and I was a little impatient. The next day that I spent with it, I really just started opening apps, downloading some apps. I did some gaming. I love environments. That I just love having that background. I can't wait to see more. And I love the immersive videos. I really loved watching Alicia Keys. I feel like that's a kind of new way to see music performances. And although BTS is on Samsung, I do hope someday I'll be able to like watch them through this lens.
Yeah.
In that way. And then, there were times where I just kept using it, and Tom was sitting next to me like, oh, are we going to do anything else? Or, should I just leave the room and you just work? It's very isolating. The experience is very isolating. It's just you. You can AirPlay things, but so that other people can see, but it's just
Well,
it's not
the
the same
weird thing
experience.
about that is, okay, so I know I'm being sort of silly right now, wearing my Vision Pro, but like I can see you, I can see my monitor, I can see the
Yeah,
world around me. Like I'm not actually checked out, but I
yeah.
think I probably seem that way to other people.
You do. Yeah, a little bit. Right? And I mean, if you start doing things and still communicating with someone, it is kind of weird because you'll see, oh, moving in
Right.
strange
Yeah.
ways that no one else can really see, even if you're, mirroring. I think the mirror, we have a question from Beatmaster. Does mirroring introduce latency? I don't think so, but I should have asked Tom that.
No, I
Yeah,
I
it's pretty
haven't
much
I haven't seen any of that
yeah,
at all um
me neither.
going
Me
forward.
neither. So just to keep going so we could get to your story, which is really important today, is
Oh God.
I've kind of wrapped things up on Sunday morning, just kind of playing and demoing things, and we could talk more
Yep,
about
yep.
all those demos in a bit.
I
And
went
then you
over to your house.
did.
I picked up the, apparatus, all the stuff, went back to actually a friend's house, not my house, which is inconsequential. But, I was sort of like, I really want to do this. I want to, like, what's your Wi-Fi password? And he was like, oh, I don't know. It's like a weird thing that, like, I never, like, made my own. It's like, you know, 13 characters type thing. And so I was kind of like, just doing the whole thing. And I got pretty far. I made my persona. I didn't like mine either, by the way. But it kind of looked like me, but like just in a bad way.
So weird.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I got to a certain point, and at a certain point, still during setup, the Vision Pro was like, "Do you want to, give us a passcode?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, passcode makes sense."
By the
So
way,
I
I
I
erased and deleted my entire profile on this before handing it to you. So that's yeah.
Yes, yes. So yes, as we go through this story, I don't think anything Eileen did was, part of this situation. Anyway, so I kind of, I give it my passcode, same passcode as my iPhone, so I know it, I know what it is, and all good, and looking left, looking right, all the things. And at some point, because it was the Grammys, as we're recording this, the Grammys were last night, I was like, oh, Grammys, so I took the headset off. And then a little bit later, I put it back on and it was like, passcode. And I was like, passcode. And it was like, nope, no, wrong passcode. I'm like, I don't think that's correct. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I tried 10 times, and at that point, the Vision Pro said, your device is permanently locked. That was Sunday night.
Oh boy.
Like to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe we just like sleep on it.
Maybe you'll get
like
another chance. Yeah, the next
yeah,
morning. It'll yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Apple's being weird. So anyway, I get up this morning, first thing, and I put it on, put in my passcode, and it said your device is locked for 7 hours and 13 minutes.
Specifically, and you're like,
Very specific.
we have
Yeah. And at that point, so I get on the phone with Apple support, and it is hard to do that, by the way. Apple's like, like we have so many like help things on the internet. Don't actually call us, but like we're here if you really need to call us. And I was like, really need to call you. Anyway, I get on the phone with somebody, and I explain the situation, and they were like, yeah, we cannot reset your Apple Vision Pro from here, you have to go into a store. And I was like, yeah, I figured. That's fine. Cool. You know, what's my nearest store? You know, we look up my zip code. Nearest store is only a couple of miles away. And they were like, except the first appointment is like on Wednesday.
2
I was
days?
like, yeah, I was like, no, 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 absolutely not. You guys, I talk about Apple for a living,
I was gonna
kind of
ask you, did you pull the
trying to do
journalist
the
card?
card. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And they were like, well, I think you should just show up. I don't know. Maybe they'll
Just
take
show
you
up.
earlier. Yeah. So anyway, I go to the Grove. For anybody who's not familiar with the Grove in Los Angeles, it's like a big outdoor mall, a very nice one with a very nice Apple store. But they were like, yeah, just go to the Grove. So I go there right at 10 on the dot, walk in, and somebody, kind of comes up to me and was like, oh, yeah. We weren't expecting you. We could probably take you at like 3 p.m. And I was like, I'm going to sit here until you take me. And they were like, yeah, got it, got it, got it. Yeah. Lots of like, people talking amongst themselves in the corner kind of thing. Anyway, someone finally comes up to me and was like, all right, let's do this. And I was like, thank you. Yep, let's do it. So for probably not even 2 hours, maybe like an hour and a half, they stripped the Vision Pro. They just, they were like, what's your, Apple ID? What was the person's Apple ID before you? All that stuff. And I'm like, just strip it. Let's start over. And they did. Yes, as anybody who's watching the video version of this, you can see. It was like being in surgery. Truly.
I
It really
thought a
was.
scalpel when I watched this video. I was like, where's the knife? Where's it coming? Like, what is happening?
I know. It was crazy. And the funny thing about this is I explained the situation, which I didn't really understand, but I explained it, and the Apple person who was helping me was like, "Yeah, we've never heard of that before." However, within the course of, I don't know, 15 minutes, like all these other Apple employees like gathered around us, and you could
Oh,
hear them
wow.
whispering like, "Oh, it's a passcode thing. It's a passcode thing, right? Yeah, it's a passcode thing." So, I don't know, but I'm just saying I was not the first. I was not the
Wow.
first passcode person to have an issue. It was a little bit crazy, Eileen. Can't lie. But they wiped it. We're back. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now.
Yeah, so you could see.
So I'm a little bit less crazy. But yeah.
Like the scene at the
We we
store,
are we are back in business.
you said that there were like a lot of people at the store. And by the way,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, this is February 5th and there's torrential rain happening in Southern California.
Yes.
It is, we've been told to stay home. There's flash flood warnings, but Sarah Lane went to the Apple store for this show to figure
Sure
out
did.
what happened to this unit. Like
Sure
she
did.
braved possible
And
who knows what.
and by the way, just because, for anybody watching the video, look at my forehead. That
Yes.
is because I've been wearing the Vision Pro for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That is a thing. That's a
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, it
to think
actually
about.
hurt my face, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Like I could not adjust the headset in a way that made it feel really comfortable. Now, there was an extra sort of magnetic what do you call that lens, soft
I don't
lens or
know, like
something?
yeah, like
Yeah.
an eye, yeah.
I never put that on, but I tried the extra strap and it just rested on my cheeks. And I have a little puffy cheeks here. So it rested on my cheeks and it was just kind of like digging in and digging in. And after like an hour, I was like, I got to get this off because I want to keep watching, but it's kind of uncomfortable. And I just never found a really good moment that I was like, this is where it needs to be, you know? So it didn't bother me up until like 45 minutes in, but still, like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't bother me at all. It should just be like, okay. And it just feels like my head is going to tilt forward because it's so heavy. Like,
It is
you know what I
heavy.
mean?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
day that this is actually just glasses will be amazing, in my opinion. Like,
I mean, and that's the crazy thing about this is like they are glasses,
right.
but
I know they're like goggles,
they're
right? So,
heavy. You got to do, uh, audio stuff on the side.
yeah,
We are in early days,
right.
big time,
For sure.
big time. And that said, okay, so went to the Apple store, got the Vision Pro erased, started from scratch. I'm literally like patient zero, with people around me being like, ooh, look, yeah, it looks like it's, or I'm like, what are y'all doing? And they were like, well, we can't tell you what we're doing. And I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Come on.
I think you're just wiping my Vision Pro. Anyway, we get back to a point where, we're ready to go. I put it on like to the point where I feel like confident that like, okay, this is where I was before. I can go home now and, because
Yeah.
the setup of it is not insignificant. Like you have to like sit there for like a good hour, like it wants to, find out where your eyes are and you have to make sure that you're connected to your Apple ID, et cetera, et cetera. All that said, came home, yes, during a monsoon. So that was fun. And I put it on and kind of, set everything up. And I will say, Eileen, that when you connect it to your laptop,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is where I was like, huh, okay. So my VR experience up until this point is with the Quest, the Meta Quest, and which is fun, and that's not what this is.
You're like,
This
it's so
is-
different. Yeah. It's
This
beyond.
is like a full on, yeah, like like the sort of memes of people like using this on the subway in New York. Like I'm like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
get it. It's awesome.
Okay.
At the same time, it's a little quirky. It's a little
Yeah.
quirky. There's sort of like, the thumb index finger thing that you use to, tell it what you want to do. I feel like it's a little hit and miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I got really nervous with the passcode situation because it was so sensitive, and I had a number that I had a number in mind and it wouldn't go there. So I said, forget it. I'm just going to use these two numbers and 1, 2, 3, 4 here because I was so
Right.
scared I was going to get locked out like you did. So I noticed that, you could use your eye to get to the button, but that took me, it took me a little bit to kind of understand that.
Yeah.
If you had listened to me on DTNS on Friday, I said that I really didn't look anything up. So I did not. And this was my first experience putting it on. And so I'm sure a lot of tips and tricks were probably shared by a lot of the reviewers, but I just went in cold. I was like, what's happening here?
I feel like sometimes that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to have
Just-
anybody I just want to have my
Yeah,
opinion first. And to be honest with
exactly.
you, my opinion was, except for the hardware, the experience was pretty cool. I mean, I really had a lot of fun just kind of once I figured out how to put windows on various, how to make it sticky. And for those of you watching on video, I'm just going to show a little bit here while we're talking. But someone was doing this on a plane, putting like the clock and you could have different windows and you can pin them in different places and even walk around and leave, and that window will stay pinned where you are. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's very cool to be able to see and push and pull and make it bigger and smaller. One area I don't think we could do that very well was with Disney Plus. Watching some of the videos, couldn't make it larger. On Apple Music it looked beautiful, and Apple TV it looked beautiful, and it was a large screen. But on Disney Plus it was just kind of a little bit smaller, and you couldn't adjust, I couldn't at least adjust the size of the video. So I don't know, that's something probably that they'll fix. But like I said, I loved environments and putting I'm going to stop sharing this right now. For those of you watching video, I loved environments, and I really liked I just see the potential. You know what I mean? I see the potential where this could go. The headset just has got to be lighter. That thing is a nuisance to me. I mean, honestly, like it's just too
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
And not that we'll ever see these as eyeglasses, but maybe like 60 years from now it will be. It's very I don't know, it's just kind of seeing spatial computing at play, like it's really computing in the air, and not just on your device, which I feel is really cool. And there are cool applications, I think, that could be done. I saw people learning how to play. I haven't downloaded any of the third party apps, so I saw people who were, learning piano, and I didn't do the cooking thing after
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
And
Mhm.
there's just stuff that I think is going to be kind of cool. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of memes that make this, thing very comical and hilarious, but I think there could be applications, in the future that, let's see here, that I think we will see in the future, like medical, um I do want to show this real quick for those of you watching on video. There is a creator who it put on the Dyson purifying headphones with with the Apple Vision Pro. And if you see this video, this guy looks like Daft Punk, like seriously, we're in the future and we're needing to survive because the dust is poisonous. But anyway, that's just one way of looking at this futuristically. Um,
Okay. So after my whole, crazy journey at getting the Vision Pro reset, which, worked out, you know, it just took a few hours. But
yeah.
a friend of mine was like, wow, okay, so like, like are you like working on it? And I was like, well, no, I like just trying to get out of the rain, trying to get home kind of thing. But then this is a person I was talking to on Slack, and
Mhm.
I was like, well, let me put the headset on and like open Slack. And I was like, cool. I mean, it's
Wow.
like I have like a 40-inch monitor in front of
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
without having to have anything. Um, and I don't even really need that, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like that is such an interesting, uh, like potential market, for people who are like, I don't know. I don't have an office. I don't have, room for a big monitor or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you have that with this.
Yeah, like if you lived in a small studio apartment, well, now all of
Yeah,
a sudden you have a huge widescreen TV. You have, I don't know, like the
100%.
biggest screen that you'll ever have, that you probably don't want to pay for because you don't have room for it, but you have it virtually. It's pretty cool, right? Um,
Yeah. I mean, I'm using a regular monitor and, Magic Keyboard, but my Magic Keyboard can be connected to the Vision Pro,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Like it's
The voice.
like I wouldn't have to sit in this exact spot. I could get creative, and I love that.
Yeah, I felt like the voice was handling it pretty well whenever I asked instead of type because I saw the keyboard comes up every once in a while. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah. Hmm.
let's do voice because I was just a little lazy at that. My eyes did strain a bit, but I did not put I wear contacts and I have one eye is for nearsighted and one eye is for farsighted, and I didn't do any lens correction, which you could do. So
Yeah.
my eyes did strain a bit because I just didn't make any subscriptions to this. And that was probably after like 40, like again, around the 40-45 minute, even though I wanted to keep going, it just, my eyes were like, ooh, especially if I was trying to like browse on Safari or
Yeah.
read
Yeah.
something like a recipe. If I was just playing a game, it's fine. But even after a while, like watching some of the videos, that tight I don't know if you've watched the tightrope walking woman across the Norwegian fjord, but that was amazing. I was enthralled. I'm like, okay, I know she makes it because otherwise I wouldn't have put this video out.
Yes. Can you imagine? And she dies.
I know that would be like
Um,
such a horrible thing.
you know what? That is, you and I talked about this yesterday, but so yeah, the whatever your eye situation is a
Yeah.
big part of this.
Yeah.
Eileen and I both wear contacts, but we wear contacts for different reasons.
Hmm.
I think you have stigmatism,
No,
and
it's just this is
I
just correcting, but yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I basically just wear readers,
Hmm.
in my eyes, going just going through life. All works out well, but there are a lot of prescription glasses that people need that might be part of this.
Right.
I would love to know from anybody who, has had good or bad experiences, to let us know, because I can't really like try that out for you. I can only do, my own eyes.
Yeah, yeah, like, how much heavier does the headset get, I mean, that's really my biggest complaint is the
Yeah,
weight of it all, potential eye strain, but that's something that I could, kind of correct. Oh, what did I do here? And I think the price, at some point, hopefully that price would come down with future versions, or maybe this is the Pro version. Is there just an Apple Vision version that's not Pro that are more for consumers? Because this feels like this is going to be marketed to, businesses first, besides, those with who can afford it. And I'm wondering the next iteration, like how much does this unit become so that people can try this unit? So I think, like you said, this is the first generation. Every first generation, you're like, it's like, do I wait for the second generation before trying it out? But if you're really a tech enthusiast, you want to get on the, you want to know right away, right?
of course.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, I'll tell you, when I was at the Apple store this morning,
yeah,
there were people doing whatever they were doing, but like because my situation was very peculiar. You kind of had like, not only like employees, but other people just kind of like watching me. And as I walked out, once we were like, okay, we're good. Okay, bye. Thank you.
mhm.
As I walked out, I was like, I'm slightly worried about being robbed,
Oh,
because like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so like this is such precious cargo.
right,
Like, and like, if anyone knows what I have in my bag, it's like, well,
yeah,
you take that, and I mean, didn't happen,
Right.
but I felt kind of like I haven't had anything this expensive, like,
Right.
like in my
Yeah.
like carry to go bags in quite some time.
And then, then you've got these people who, if you're looking at the video version, there were two people sitting at a Chinese restaurant and they're both wearing Apple Vision Pros and eating their food, which you can totally do, but I don't know what else that they're doing. There's no context to this
Maybe
photo
they're
as far as I know.
working.
Maybe they're talking and working. Yeah, they're like, let's go get some food.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this headset and how to make it
I
work,
feel
but we're
like
hungry.
some of the stuff is like probably like haha meme stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, look at these like crazy people like wearing this while eating. But like you could. I could 100% put this headset on and do the rest of the show with you, you know? Like it's
You
like
could.
not
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
the pass through is actually, it's works out quite well.
Okay, I gotta show you real quick because it's just kind of funny, but it's just a guy coming out of the restroom with it. And hold on one second, but
Oh
gotta
god.
what you said, it's on your person, and this is a very expensive device. If you have it and you have to go to the restroom, you're gonna take it with you into the restroom, leave it in your car.
What? Where did you even find this?
Yeah, it's you gotta love social media, I swear. Um,
Oh my
anyway.
gosh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I watched a whole vlog of these two travel vloggers take it on a flight from Salt Lake to New York, and they were just kind of trying to see like what it was going to be like to check in. He had to take it off before boarding, but he could leave the plane with it on. And then he
Mhm.
tried
Mhm.
like editing, and he tried, just what it would look like, and he recorded his screen so you could see the whole process of, what it looks like sitting. And he was sitting in econ. He didn't have like first class seats, so it's like, okay, here we're in a econ seat, and we've got different windows up. This is what it's going to be like if I'm sitting next to someone who I don't know. Hopefully, the arm movement wasn't too much. I think he had kind of figured out how to use it, but people are just taking it out and about now, and yes, they're taking it to the gym. They're taking it on the subway and typing, in the air. And yeah, like you
Mhm.
said, it's
Mhm.
now the driving stuff is a little concerning, only because just making sure that they're not fully, I don't know, distracted, right? Like that's kind of scary. You don't want to you want to believe that if this person's wearing the Apple Vision Pro and they're driving, that they are also uh watching the road and not distracted.
Okay. Okay. So I saw this video before I tried the Vision Pro for myself. And I
Mhm.
was like, that's insane. Oh my gosh, she should be arrested.
We're
And then
watching
I was like,
someone with their
oh,
hands off the. We're watching someone with the hands off the
well,
wheel.
but
Right.
like, in my mind, I was like, well, she can't see. She can't see. And then once I got home and was like, oh, the pass through is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It really is. Um, not, I still think this is a bad idea,
Well, yeah,
but
peripheral vision, right? Peripheral vision would be an issue. You better turn your head and don't just. I don't know. I can
yeah,
see. There's just so many distracted drivers out there right now. Is this person really responsible? We don't know.
I
We
don't know.
know
I don't know.
they're
I
getting it
mean,
for the TikTok views. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get 1 million views on this.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I will say that the pass through on the Vision Pro is so good. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
As a person who, has loved the MetaQuest over the years, and the iterations of it, the pass through on the MetaQuest is like,
Mhm.
like horror movie kind of stuff. On the Vision Pro, it's like, oh, really nice.
Yeah, you can
Wow,
actually see everything
cool.
around you. I actually
You
ended up
totally
walking.
can. Yeah.
Right now on the video version, we're watching someone who pinned a bunch of windows all around their house and is walking around their house
Oh my God, I
while
love
using the Apple
this.
Vision Pro. And a bunch of people online are saying this is better than some of the demos that Apple surfaced for everybody. But you can see for those of you who are watching the video, you can see where you're walking. You definitely
Yeah.
can see where you're walking.
Oh
And
yeah. No,
and
you
in fact,
can.
even
Mm-hmm.
if you have the environments on, once you leave the area where the environment is up, you will be able to see. It's not like it carries with you. You just walk to other rooms, and you could see clearly. So, I think I obviously Apple put a lot of thought into this before putting it out, as they should. And so I think we'll learn more about what people want to use it for and find real value with.
Yeah.
Certainly there's entertainment purposes, but the real, the productivity, I think, is going to be something that, is this going to better your life in some way, shape, or form because you are being able to walk around your house and have all of these, spatial computing elements placed around your house. How does this
Mm-hmm.
help you? How does this help you?
Yeah.
I think we still need to kind of figure that out, but
I
we're going to
mean,
figure that out fast.
when I was just trying to do like, oh, what would I do normally on my computer?
Mhm.
Like Slack groups and Gmail and whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is nice. And
Mhm.
I know you said that after a while, like your eyes were kind of
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
Um, I only did that for about an hour, but I was like, I think I could do this all
You can keep going.
day,
Yeah.
honestly. And really, like, I don't need that. I mean, thankfully, I,
Mhm.
already
Yeah.
have a nice monitor that I'm using right now and, this and that. But like, and I know we don't all travel like all the time, but like, oh my gosh, just having that while traveling would make all the difference. I could work. I could legit work without, packing up a lot of stuff that I would have to do otherwise.
Yeah. Actually, we got a comment here from Sarah Willis. I think there could be some really cool language learning uses that could be applied to it by identifying things in the environment. Yeah. Can you imagine if this wasn't such a huge goggle on your head and if it was a little bit more, smaller and you could just go, I don't know, to Mexico and like, I don't know how to say this. And then boom, you know how to say this and you could communicate. Sarah's showing off the pro right now. And, are you thinking
Yeah.
about, like, on taking it to, you probably I wonder with Google Translate or anything like that, or I didn't try any language apps, but I wonder if there are any on there, Sarah, that you could try and see if you can identify, in a different language. That could be
Interesting
pretty
idea.
cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see
I
that.
mean, I'll tell you. I'm gonna put this on again just because. But I mean, okay. I know I look crazy, but like I can see everything
Yeah.
just as I did
Okay.
2 seconds ago. Like it's let's see if my passcode works. Um yeah, it did.
Okay,
But
good.
like it's you can do this and just automatically have like these big I don't know, I mean, several desktops kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Uh,
And I know like
okay.
there are probably people out there who are like, you can do that with VR already. I know. But Apple, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The onboarding process of this, even though I had a, a strange situation
Yeah.
today, it is quite nice. It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I agree for the most part. I just think there's going to be a lot of people who wouldn't be able to use this because it'll be discomfort for them. But
Yeah.
it's just, a few more sort of hardware tweaks, right? I mean, here's people were talking in the chat. Casey Neistat on YouTube is, skateboarding with it on. Oh, of course, the video won't play for me right now, but he's on the streets of New York on a skateboard and using it. And so, because like you said, you can see around.
You
And then I took
can.
it on the
Yeah.
subway and all
You
that good
can
stuff.
more than I would have thought. Yeah.
So what
I
would you
mean,
say to someone who's on the fence that wants to buy one of these? What
oh
what
man.
kind of
Yeah.
consumer should buy this, I guess,
I
But
mean,
besides
I
the tech
think
enthusiasts, besides those of us that, are in tech that, are obviously curious, like the everyday person out there.
I think that I don't know. My initial response was like, if this thing wasn't so darn expensive, then
Mhm.
a lot of people could try it and be like, oh, wait a second. I
Mhm.
might be able to do something cool with this. This is
Yeah.
actually really cool.
Yeah.
I think that the price point is a barrier.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
100%. And I don't know that anybody needs this yet, but I think give it some time and maybe, having things hands-free and being able to just kind of use that is going to be, especially people, maybe you have carpal tunnel syndrome or something, or you know what I mean? Maybe this will
Yeah.
be a better way to use computing devices and easier moving forward. But yeah, I feel like the general sentiment is kind of impressed with the device and knowing that there will be dings to it, like the price or the heaviness or whatever. But if you can get
Yeah.
past that and think about it as this is the next generation of computing, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool overall.
It is.
And
It's very cool. I mean, and I, I don't want to be too much of a fanboy, but I'm like,
yeah.
this thing is very cool. Wow.
And by the way,
Yes.
I used YouTube on the Safari browser, but sounds like YouTube is working on a Vision Pro app, which would be very cool because I had a hard time when I was on Safari. I was trying to make the window bigger. You can expand it 3 different, sizes, and the touch
Uh,
sensitivity at some point it was like it did it and then it won't do it. It did it and it won't do it. I was like, okay,
oh, uh-huh.
I don't need to see the whole page. I just want to make the video larger and see a little bit of the comments. But I had a difficult time at some point trying to do that. And I'm like, this is enough to turn me off. Right. So give me that app. Give me that YouTube app. Did you go there yet? Did you like, what was your favorite thing, Sarah?
I
To do?
didn't.
Okay.
So yeah. All I really did, because
So far.
again,
Yeah. Yeah.
I had an interesting 24 hours with the Vision Pro, but no, I used my not this computer that I'm on right now, but my laptop. I was like, all right, let's see what's going on here. Let's play things. And I was like, holy shit. You can
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can have like 3 big ass screens for maybe, I don't know, your Slack group or YouTube or, whatever. Like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really know, I don't know how to tell somebody else how to use this,
Yeah.
but I'm like, if you just, I don't know, don't have a big office, or maybe just, I don't know, you want to do work and, not have to have a lot of stuff set up. Wow, this would be the way to do it.
So Philip Shane just asked both of us, Eileen and Sarah, do you think you'll still be using it in 6 months or a year? I think
100%.
so. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's going to be new iterations of the apps. There's going to be new hardware or software updates and stuff like that. I think
Oh yeah.
there's going to be more immersive videos and concerts for me to get excited about. So, I definitely think I would like to keep trying and see where this goes. We made an
Yeah. Yeah.
investment and we're sharing this unit, and I'm really like excited to hear more about what in a week from now, Sarah, when we talk again. You're going to have even more experience with the device and know exactly what you like and what you don't like. I really like gaming, and I know some of these apps are on the Meta Quest, but and I was telling Sarah, like, oh my god, there's this Skyriders thing. Oh my, this, have you seen it? She's like, yeah, I played this. I played this on the Meta. I was like, oh, okay. I'm so new to this. This is so fun. And I'm just like,
No, but
woo, woo, woo.
that is fun.
It's so,
Like that's
yeah.
one of the things where like sometimes when, I don't know, someone's like, what do I care about VR for? I'm like, try these apps. Like you
Yeah.
might really like them.
Like
And you
for
did.
entertainment. I mean, $3,500 is too much just for entertainment when you can do some of that, or
Yeah.
different types of games. But I see I feel there is a future. I don't want to say I see the future. I feel a future in spatial computing, which I'm not, I'm pretty critical, and I was pretty critical going in. And now I'm thinking, wait
Hmm.
a minute. I think more people would
So
if you
so
could get your
so
hands on it and do the demo, you should go to the Apple Store.
let's talk about like what were your critical thinkings going in? Like what did you not think was going to kind of work or.
I honestly just didn't feel like there would be a real use for it, period. Like,
Mm,
no matter
mhm.
what. Like, I thought, okay, yeah, watching videos on here, or okay, uh, answering my emails. I thought, like, who cares? Like, why do I have to put this headset on to do any of that when I have my phone and I have my computer, I have my laptop?
Well, and
Like,
I think a lot of people continue to ask themselves that, right?
yeah.
Like
But the minute just for entertainment purposes, the minute I turn Apple Music on and I watched my favorite group, BTS, I was like, "Oh, I feel like I could feel like they're closer to me." They're not just on this tiny little screen. I was like, "Oh, this might not be so bad." I was kind of digging it, right? Just watching just the music video that's available to everybody, but watching it the way I watched it, in this spatial way with a background of Yosemite behind me. I felt like I'm outdoors, everybody. Like, all of a sudden I had this sort of like calm vibe. There
yeah.
was just something
Yeah.
meditating, and I actually did the mindful app too. I was like, all right, give me that mindfulness. And
I
I'm like,
love
I
that. You
just
did
give
it
it to
all.
me. Bring it to me.
Mhm.
Like, let me see that circle. Give me that 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna sit here. Like, I wanted to see how it could entertain me, and it did entertain me. Now I'm really curious how I could use it more in a productive sense, right? And
Yeah.
like I've told
Yeah.
you about, like, my digital calendaring and my Good Things app, and I really want to see and explore how I could do some of that work on the Apple Vision Pro. But I think I like to go into like, I like to walk into things and be like, impress me, impress me. And so I had a hard wall, and you know what? I've softened. I have softened, and I really don't think someone who can't afford it should choose this over something else that they need to, like a car or whatever. You need a new car or whatever. But like,
Sure. Mhm.
I think no one should look at this and poo-poo it. I think this is something we should look at as an advancement in technology, and it is only going to get better. It's only going to get better, and we will find more use cases for it. Like I don't know, I can see it being used in medical, in surgery, and like the doctor has it and they need to look something up really quick, turn it off, and you could still see. It's all hands free. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
and maybe I got that image because I saw the surgical gloves handling your Apple Vision Pro this morning, Sarah.
Oh
But
my
I
gosh.
I I want to
That
believe
was a whole thing. Yeah.
I want to believe that there will be some positive use with it. So I am not going to keep my rigid thinking about it. I'm a little melted. I'm melted, you know. They softened the cold black heart of mine, I think.
Well,
Uh
yeah, they do that. You know, I'm with you for the most part.
yeah.
I just feel like it's like you just need the one thing, the
Mhm.
one sort of like, oh wow, use
Killer.
case. Oh shit, like sorry. That is like that works so well. It's
Yeah,
just the one. Just the one.
right.
And you know, I saw that earlier when I was using my MacBook Pro and with the Vision Pro as a very very large monitor that I don't otherwise have. Where I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. It
I think
really is.
so. Let's see here. Just a couple comments from our chat room here. For you, Sarah, at $3,500, you should get the red carpet treatment going into the Apple Store. Like there
Well,
really needs
Beatmaster,
to be.
I agree. Yeah. You know, it was so funny. So I walked in there. I mean, this is I don't know. They opened at 10, so I was
Yeah.
there right at 10.
Yeah.
And you know, didn't you know, have like a cute outfit on or
Okay.
whatever, you know, and they were sort of like, oh, you know, and what is the reason for your visit? You know, and eventually I was like, well, I talk about Apple for a living, so you know, and like everyone kind of looked at me like, all right,
Do you
cool.
really? You couldn't pulled up. You know what? Hey, go look at Apple Music right
I could
now.
have pulled that card way harder. I could
Yeah.
have. But I was just sort of like, I don't know, man. I just want to get out of here and have some coffee. But no, it was like one of the guys who was helping me, all very nice. Eventually he was like, and who do you work for? And I was like, myself. And he was like, oh, but like, how can I how can I like find your work? And I was like, oh, dailytechnewsshow.com. And
Mhm.
he was like, oh, cool. Oh, all right. So you're legit. And I was like, yeah, I'm not lying.
I'm not lying, man. I'm not just some woman.
No,
What did they think that you walked in, you stole the unit, you're trying to like
I don't know.
reformat?
I think probably the first impression was that like I stole someone else's unit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
They're like,
Um,
but how are
but you
you
know,
supposed to look in torrential rain going into an Apple store? Like you're just like, I don't know. Can you actually look
not
like
good,
my
Eileen. Not good. Not good.
um
Yeah.
all right, I
Yeah.
wanted to point out Technomensch here. The Apple Store was able to squeeze him in for a demo with only 2 hours notice. The one thing they did not ask me to do during the demo was to type. No productivity demo.
Oh.
Um,
Uh-huh.
so yeah, so that's so if you're willing to go and try it out, I think you should. I think you should get an appointment and just kind of give it a test drive. I think it's totally worth the time, and hopefully the lines aren't too crazy. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty impressed, Sarah. I'm very surprised that I'm impressed, but I am impressed. I'm you know trying not to have such like fangirl eyes,
Sure. Yeah.
but I walked in pretty much like, yeah, come on, show me the
Yeah,
money, like show me,
yeah.
give me,
Give me the money. Yeah. Like, what do you
show
got?
me why I
Come
used
on.
my money, show me why I used my money on this thing. What the heck,
Yeah.
Apple? I don't know. I mean, listen, for an inaugural show of ours, like it's a pretty, bang up way to be like, ta-da! It's our first topic for
I mean,
this show.
I'll tell you guys, I mean, after quite a situation. I love this. Like once we get off the horn here, I'm like,
She's like trying to wrap up the
I'm
show.
gonna do like weird things. Yeah, like Aline, come on, wrap it up. I want to
Do we
play with
really need
my
to talk about anything else?
well, we can.
I
We
mean,
can.
we don't have. I mean, listen, you need to spend more time with it because obviously it was cut short, and I think you're going to have more to say about this next week. But I'm really excited to hear more of what you think about the device, and how much time did you really spend on that? Because I saw the impressions on your forehead that looked pretty deep, and I know how it felt with me.
Yeah.
It's almost like
And look, they're gone now.
they're
Ah,
gone
only took
after
an hour. But like
Um,
that's a real thing. That
it
is a
really
real
is.
thing, you
Yeah,
know?
for the women out there or gentlemen, like if you have
Yeah.
bangs like me and you put the Apple Vision Pro on, your bangs pretty much feel like they're gonna get pulled off your face and it hurts, and then it takes a little bit of time to kind of like get
Yeah,
them
or
off
you
your
have to like
face.
pull them back and then they're crazy later.
Don't
It's
think you're gonna look good wearing these.
you're
Just don't.
not you're,
This is not a fashion
you're simply
accessory.
not going to
I
look
mean,
good.
maybe fashion models out there can pull it off no matter what, but for the rest of us, you're not gonna like your hair is gonna be. I had to adjust, and I could feel my hair like sticking up like alfalfa at some
Uh-huh.
point. So I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh,
Yeah.
this is not. And I was trying to get a little bit of video of me to show this is not. And after a while, I was like, no, not happening. Just you get one photo of what I look like. Oh, Sarah, do we save Argyle for next week? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? You had that experience at the store. It's she's like, we got to wrap this up.
It's been a day. It's been a day. No, we can talk. We can talk.
I mean,
It has been it for anybody who's sort of like, what happened to Sarah today? Nothing. Um, but I had to go to the Apple store in torrential rain, which in Los Angeles is kind of weird.
it's kind of weird. Yeah.
Because the city can't, I don't know, drain properly. It was cray cray.
It's very great.
Seriously cray. Like people, running around, like it's raining. It's fine, guys. It's raining.
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps once we wrap up the show, what you could do is give a little love to Argyle, the new movie that Apple
Mm-hmm.
created, and apparently to Variety it has bombed. And oh no, emergency, red alert, losing a lot of money. But I feel like if you read through this Variety article, it's almost like, oh my goodness, they spent so much money on this. You know what? A lot of studios, in my experience, have bombs. They don't do great. But just 2 years
Yeah.
ago, Apple won the Academy Award for Best Picture with Coda. So I think they're doing okay. And sometimes
Yeah.
there will be some misses. Now, I don't think this is doing well with the critics either. But is this a movie that you were even thinking about watching on your Apple Vision Pro? Or are you going to be like, I don't think so?
I certainly will.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. Just coming off the Grammy Awards.
Hmm.
I don't know if you
Hmm.
watched them last
I
night.
watched a little bit of it last night. Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is like, I mean, the award show itself, like, doesn't really, you don't have to watch that on a Vision Pro, but like, it reminded me, there are, many people who won awards, like, oh, they have, fun little Netflix specials or
Yeah.
whatever, like all that stuff it kind of reminded me like this is if you really like an artist, whether it be music or film or I don't know, something in between, this is a fun new way to experience that artistic stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, yeah,
You're gonna give it a shot.
I'm gonna give it
Please
a
let us
shot.
do. Please let us know your review of Argyle if you end up watching it. Oh wow,
I'll watch it.
34% critics and audience 71%.
Ooh, 34. Ooh,
That
oh
might
goodness.
that might be enough for you to be like,
Do I take one
hell
for the
no.
team? That's fine. I'll do
Um,
it.
before we wrap up, Sarah, it is the Lunar New Year. And it is the year of
Yeah.
the dragon. And Apple got into it in Asia. And there are some AirPod Pros that have a little dragon, in them. In
Oh
China,
my
Hong Kong, Taiwan,
gosh.
Singapore. I know I want one of these, to be honest with you. And then there were it is sold out now, but there were AirTags with Year of the Dragon branded in the Apple
I
Store originally
love
for
'em.
$20, sold out. So missed the boat on that. But Sarah, Xinyin Kuai La, which is Happy New Year in Mandarin.
Oh, and also
Yeah,
to you. Just for fun,
yeah.
I was born in the year of the dragon in
Oh my goodness.
1976.
Okay, well, let me tell you now. I have some notes here. So
Okay.
2024, well, basically, people born under the year of the dragon have a lot of power, luck, and success. And 2024
Yeah.
for
Well,
everyone.
let's see where where
See
is
where
it?
this goes for you.
Where is it?
2024 is forecasted to bring opportunities, changes, and challenges, but luck is predicted in 2024, year of luck, wealth, and power. Is the year of new starts. So it's a good time to start something new, like our show, for long term success for
There
all of
you
the
go.
Chinese zodiac signs. There will be challenges, but you don't learn without a challenge. There will be
Sure.
ambitious
Sure.
pursuits,
Yep.
financial growth, especially through side hustles. So all of you want to make some little like itsy designs and sell them digitally. This is your year.
Yep.
Maybe I'm saying that because maybe I might try, although I don't know how to design anything. Romance will be big in 2024 under the year of the dragon. And under the year of the dragon, all of this like positive stuff doesn't happen unless you are kind to your fellow person. That is part of the deal. Like as long as you exude kindness, a lot of your
Then you will
challenges and hard work,
yeah.
luck, power, finance, all that stuff. So let's
Perfect.
go. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. All I have to do is be nice to my neighbor. I got that on lock.
You
Yeah,
got that.
we are ready. We're ready.
So happy New Year once again to everyone who's
Happy
celebrating.
New
Happy
Year,
Year.
all. Happy
Yes.
New Year.
And we got another big event going on, especially if you are into the NFL, who I know Miss Sarah Lane is. And it's Usher's halftime show through Apple Music. Apple Music's yeah, but I know that the game is more important to you, right, Sarah? At this point.
Well, yes. So my 49ers, that's my team, are going to the Super Bowl. It's very exciting. They're going against Taylor Swift. Kind of crazy. But yes, this is a big event.
Yes.
Usher's halftime show probably will also be a big event.
Yes.
I probably will be like in the fetal position, like screaming, you
may not
eating,
enjoy the
I
halftime
don't
show
know,
like I will. I
pancakes.
will be like,
Yeah.
hey, let's watch the halftime show. Let's have a little, drinky drink and let's good luck to both.
I mean, I think I'll probably also do that, but I'll still be like very invested in the end of the, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is Sarah versus. See if she makes it. She has a show in
Sarah
Tokyo
versus
and there are
Taylor.
all these like,
I never thought we would get to this point, but here we are. You know what, Taylor? I love you, but not next weekend.
Not next weekend. Okay. So you don't want her to show up because she seems to be like good luck for that team. So
she
has to fly from.
She's coming.
She has to fly from her show in Tokyo to get to the Super Bowl and then go back because she's got like Australia and.
She's coming.
I know she's gonna make it. I know.
And
So we'll see.
I will not be there. But rooting for the Niners. So you know what, Tay Tay, it's all good. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
bad
I say good
blood.
luck. You got bad blood with Taylor. Sarah has bad blood with Taylor. Just this weekend. Just this weekend.
Yeah, and then we're fine. And then we're fine.
Wow. Well, Sarah, if I am to do a little TMI sharing, Tom and I are not going to the Super Bowl, but we will be at Vegas this weekend just for a quick, less than 24 hours trip. Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
well, what fun.
Because the artist that we talked about in our previous beta episodes, we will see her live. That is Adele. So I will do my best to shout out,
my gosh.
Adele, be on Apple Vision show for everybody.
I love this. I love this for you. Wow, really?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think, Eileen, I told you this, but now I'll tell the entire world. Friend of mine went to Vegas. He and his wife, and you know, just sort of, I don't know, went to an Adele show, and he was sort of like, I don't know. I mean, how bad could it be, kind of thing.
Oh.
That's how he went in.
Yeah.
He walked out, and he was like, tears.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. She's got emotional songs.
He's
Yeah.
like, I think Adele's my favorite artist.
Oh my God. Wow. She's so good.
And we were like, really? And he was like, no, I'm not kidding. Like, oh my God, that was such a good show.
She is one of my favorite artists ever. And I saw her
Yeah.
when she started, before she even won her Best New Grammy Artist Award. And I saw her in San Francisco with that first album, and then saw her again when she was huge in LA. And now I'm, lucky enough to be able to go see her in her Las Vegas residency. But she is so personable.
fun.
She's so chatty, and she's
Everyone
always like,
loves her.
she's
Yeah.
always like, everybody get up. This is the fastest song I'll have. This is the only song you'll dance to. Everything else, we're going to cry. Like, literally, she just, and her voice. I mean,
Because there's
honestly,
a lot of crying.
there's
a lot of crying.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying.
But
So,
but in a good way.
I
Oh, I
think
love
so.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's such a powerhouse. So I'm very lucky to be. I will report back, but we will be so close to usher the 49ers. I don't know. Taylor won't even, Taylor's still going to be in Tokyo, but we will be so close, but we will not really be there for Super Bowl Sunday. This just happened to
Well-
be like, when you get like a Ticketmaster code, if you go, hey, I want to sign up, and I blindly picked that weekend as like oh yeah, let's do that, because I didn't know what was happening in February. And of course they give me a Ticketmaster code to purchase for the weekend of Super Bowl. And I'm like, cool. So I purchased not knowing that it was the weekend of Super Bowl. And I was like, oh shoot. Like, luckily we were able to get a hotel, but when I purchased way back, this is like almost 6 months ago, there were no rooms in the inn. And I was like, what's happening? Why is this
Yeah,
weekend? Because
like,
every other
why?
weekend, what the hell? And
Yeah.
then I said, it's February. I looked it up and it said Super Bowl weekend. I'm like, I am an idiot for even making this weekend as an option to see her. And thankfully it's all, hopefully going to work out, but it's going to be a little crazy there. I feel like, even though I'm going to go and see her
It's gonna be
and
a little
leave,
crazy there.
I'm going to feel some energy in the city
Yeah,
of
it'll be
Vegas. So,
fun.
yeah, I'm
It'll
sure
be
there'll
fun.
be banners and all that stuff, but we'll be safely at home watching the
Wear
Super Bowl.
your gold pants. That's always what I tell people, like, if you're ever, unsure, just wear your gold pants.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Woo! I will find some gold pants after this monsoon ends. I have a little bit of time. But man, was that it? That's our first episode, Sarah. We did it.
It was. We did it. Oh my gosh. Thanks to everybody who joined us live, sent us notes, and will, watch or listen to this after the fact. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes,
we
thank
are
you.
so glad to have you. This is fun.
please, we had a few emails with our beta shows, but please send us emails, feedback at applevisionshow.com. Would love to hear more from you. And how are you using Apple in your life? Is there any special way? I think we'd love to hear those stories and, kind of understand, because everyone has unique ways of using whatever device, whatever it may be. Maybe it is the Vision Pro or an iPhone or just, or your iPad or your laptop or your watch. Like, I'm sure there's really interesting use cases that like we'd love to shed a light on, if you would like to share.
Indeed. Feedback at applevisionshow.com. That's our email address. Yeah. Send
Please
us
join us.
stuff.
Send us stuff. We will know more about the Apple Vision Pro in weeks to come. But yeah.
Indeed. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm like, Eileen, let's wrap it up. Because I want to.
Sarah's like
I
real
wanna
quiet.
put-
She's like, okay,
I
yeah,
want
let's
to put
just
it
call
on.
All right, we're an hour and 10 minutes in. Let's say goodbye. We will see you next
right.
week, same time. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. All right. I haven't stopped the stream yet. Anything we need to go over before saying salute? Because Sarah's really, she's like, yeah, let's go.
I'm fine. I'm just like, I'm excited about.
I know.
I want to do stuff.
I feel the energy. I feel your energy and how you're super excited to do this. So I'm super excited
Yeah.
for you. Like, what else are you going to do today in torrential rain? Not leave the house. Tell you that now.
Yeah. No. I mean, certainly not. God.
Titles, everybody. Let us know what you guys think we should title this show. I'll probably try and post the audio version tonight, so we got some time. But yeah, Viva Las Vegas. Sarah versus Taylor. No, I think it might end up being like something like, like we almost bricked the Apple Vision Pro or something like that.
I mean,
it's a we. It's a collective we.
Y'all, it was a journey. It really was.
I can't even. The minute you texted me, you're like, "I'm going to the store." I was like, "Oh, today?" Like, I just need to go buy bread, and I'm like, I don't know. I may not go buy bread. Like,
right.
It's that bad out there.
I also needed bread, but yeah. It was a thing, but it all worked out. It all worked out. And I mean, I love this thing.
Oh my goodness. When they come out with like fashion design, we should talk about it. We should like come up with like, when Dior comes out with our Coach or whoever, you'll have like your favorite band that, you could attach to your Apple Vision Pro and it's going to look really chic. You're going to have to pay $500 for it, but it'll be really chic.
Yeah. My Hermes,
Hermes
Vision
oh,
Pro.
God.
Chanel band.
Chanel.
Yeah. Only cost $1,200.
That's how like I feel when I see those fancy, Apple Watch bands from designers. I'm like, oh, but that's almost the cost of the actual watch. So no, thank you. I'll get the plastic ones from Amazon. Thank you.
I mean, my band is it's
all purpose, man.
I don't know. Exactly.
I think seriously, mine was like $12.
You go into the shower with this thing, no problem.
No problem. Nobody cares. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
I have one that's like made for workout, and then one that's like a little metal version. I never wear the metal. I never change it out. I just have my purple band. It's fine. I love it. Chia Vision Pro. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you. We will see you next week.
Bye, y'all. See you next week.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.